Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. We're doing that thermostat I was just talking about probably about 40 minutes ago, I think. So, anyway, so she's located way up in here. This hose here, and it's up at the top. I'll try to get you guys, I'll try to get you down in there so you can see here in a moment. Welcome to the channel. We're going to do a thermostat on a Toyota Matrix. Yes. So we're letting the coolant, the radiator rain down right now. So I can swing you down in there so you get a quick view of what we're looking at. It's you gotta remember I got a phone here, so got a phone here. So there's your radiator hose here, right in front of you. Then up in there, I'm gonna take this clamp loose right here, and then up in there's two bolts that you may be able to see now. Probably not. There's two 10mm bolts that you have to take out to replace it. Yeah, this is way up in there. So we're letting it drain down a little bit right now, and it'll take a bit, and or it'll just leave a big old mess on everything. So I know I have a radiator. It has two spots are leaking, and so that'll be another video, of course. And I thought there was more coolant mess in there. It looks like there's not much in it. I mean, that explains why she doesn't have much heat either, because we're losing that much coolant. So but here's the spots that's leaking. right here. Most of it's just seeping out up here. It's really caking up, so sometimes it's best just to leave the stuff plug up. And then she's leaking down there. So sometimes to clean it off is not a good thing, especially if you want it not to leak. If you can't get a radiator right away. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could get you in there a little closer, but I can't. It's impossible to get a camera into the location unless you're really not doing a repair. You know what I'm saying? You could have the engine, a dummy engine, up on a bench and showing you how to do it, but that's not real. That's fake. It's still got coolant in it because it's just taking a while for it to come out. I was hoping it wasn't empty, but if I push on the lower radiator hose, you can hear it coming. Hear it gurgling out the top. Here. This is real TV, right? You can hear it sloshing in there when I'm squeezing the hose. Squeezing the hose. You can hear it sloshing in there. So that's what I'm saying. There's still coolant in it. That's one way to tell. Problem is, I did have to remove this fan assembly out of there. Just two screws. One here, and one over here. And then that'll come up out of there. Of course, you got the plug. And it's a funky plug there, by the way. It's kind of like, so funky I'd rather show you what it looks like. In case you're trying to get it unplugged yourself. Here's the plug for it. Now when you push down on it, it didn't seem like it wanted to unlatch. But, see what I'm talking about? So I'm pushing back here, and nothing's happening. I'm pushing back here, nothing's happening. And then I ended up pushing like this with a screwdriver. Let's see if I can show you. I ended up pushing up here like this, and then it moved. See what I'm talking about? Just in case you're getting into that situation where you're trying to unplug one, that little latch is not releasing. So, I don't know, it's a Toyota thing, I assume. Because when you think back here, you could push right here where it says to push to release it. And that's what it's for right there, right? That little bump right there is to push on it. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. Yep. So we're like halfway into the coolant being empty. Like I said, it comes out of there down to the radiator and across. So why isn't it in the top radiator hose? Yeah, I don't know. They put it in the bottom one for some reason. Supposed to be better. All right, so what I'm going to use is these kind of pliers to see if it'll work for getting that hose clamp loose. It may not. It may not work. Let's see. And I was really showing you a video of how to get it loose. I would probably have the camera over here so you can see what I'm talking about. Right? Right? All right, so there we go. It is going to be a little problem here. Let's see. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the pliers. It's kind of dark in there. So this is one of these clamps that's supposed to, like, you close it, you're supposed to be able to crimp it, and it's supposed to, like, lock. It's got that set up. It's funny setup. You should be able to push it together, and it's supposed to, like, clip into it. Let's see if I can get it to work. Nah, not gonna get it to work. But you're supposed to be able to take and push it together, and it's supposed to, like, clip. I almost had it into the clip position, but nope. Nope. I think if you had these funny pliers that they make, I don't know if I can get you guys any closer or not. Let me see if I can drop you down in here. Maybe a little better. See, it's just dark in there. That's why you can't see very good. Yep. That help? Did that help? I don't think that helped. I heard it. So I'm trying to bring you guys in closer on a tripod thing. And I don't think it's going to help. So anyways, this center tab is supposed to go into another hole on the other side of the clamp. And it's not doing it. Anyways, I got it off, but it wasn't what I wanted to show you. Guess I could probably pull the hose off, take the clamp off and show you. But okay, so this little barb here on this side of the clamp is supposed to slide into that hole on the other side. That was the purpose of it. So you didn't have to use your, you didn't have to work so hard to get the clamp off. It just like locks together. I guess that's the word I'm trying to say. All right. So now I'm going to try to get the get a light up in here. But that may help and it may not. It may make it worse, it may make it better. For you guys. If I can get this hose to be tucked down out of the road, that would probably be a better thing. There we go. There you go. You may be able to, if I can keep that light in that position right there. Position. Oh yeah, I can see real good myself, but to keep that light right there may be a big challenge. Kind of. I can see it from back here. Let's see if I can get you guys to zoom in so you can see. Now we're dealing with the sun. Of course, the sun's in the road now. Let's see if you guys can see. I'm going to take this extension and put a socket in the end of it and turn your camera around so you can't see what you're talking about, what you're doing. Okay, here we go. So this is going to go right in there on the socket, right in there on the I think I'm trying to take loose, which is too long, but this will go right in there and go right on it. All right. Sorry about the turning of the camera. It's one of those Amazon cheap camera tripods. Oh, jeez, hang on. Now my camera's gonna go dead on me. I'm just having a wonderful day today. Let me see if I can find my charging device. Sorry about that, guys. I keep forgetting that this battery on this phone doesn't last forever. I don't know why. I don't think so. All right, so I had to forget. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, you guys didn't unsubscribe now, but sorry about that. The Camry I have is quite old, and it's not in the budget to get another one, so I'm kind of forced to use it, and I don't monitor the battery very well. That's why I have a life support for it. She's at 50%. So if you guys got issues with your phones and your batteries keep going dead, I suggest you get one. All right, so I'm just waiting a moment for people to get back since they just got dropped and they thought I quit the video in the middle of the video. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I got one screw right ahead of here. Now the other one's kind of like in a weird angle. I mean, really in a more weird than people. I just watched somebody else's videos because I forgot where they were actually forgot where the thermostat. Actually, I've never done one of these in such a long time that you kind of forget. That's why it's kind of important to, like do a video for you guys. You're like, hey, I want to put a thermostat in, and I don't know where it's at, and so now you know. So anyways, you take the nut off and the stud sticks out, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy moly. And now it looks like to me that there's another stud down here for the thermostat too, and it kind of looks like I'm going to have to remove that alternator out of the way. That is weird. I've never seen I've had to take an alternator out of the way to get to a thermostat. But Maybe it's situation. Maybe it's situation. Because I don't see where it's a shortcut here. Because I got the one screw out, and there's another one's down here behind this bolt that goes through the bottom of the radiator. The bottom of this. Alternator. Yeah. Yep. Sure looks like I'm going to have to pull that out of the way. Because No? Look, did you see that? I was able to get it on there. All right. So I think somebody did a video where they had to pull the alternator out of the way. They showed removing the plugs and everything. Maybe it still is. Maybe it still is that situation. I thought I was on the bowl, I thought, but maybe not. No, I might be on halfway on it. Yeah, let me see if I can remove that lower bolt for this alternator. I still think I'm going to have to remove this alternator out of the way to do that bolt. I really do. I'm really thinking. Hello there. Hello. We're just doing a thermostat on a Toyota Matrix, and I was thinking that it was not going to be a big ordeal, and it's a big ordeal, and now it looks like it's maybe a little bit more difficult. Looks like I got to move the alternator over a little bit. And of course, this does need a belt on it, but it does need a belt on it. Looks like a 12 millimeter. Yep, there's 11. It's not 11. It's supposed to be an easy piece of cake, according to YouTube standards. According to YouTube's videos. It's an easy one, guys. It's an easy one. I was watching other people's guys. They're like, yeah, this is a piece of cake. Three seconds and your thermostat's in. Well, let me tell you. You're right here with me. What am I taking off now? I'm taking off this top cover because it seems like it's be a better way to see in there. There. If you uncover some things, then it makes it look like you can see in there better. You know what I'm saying? And you can see in there much better. Something isn't covering it up. All right. So it looks like we're gonna dig it a little deeper now. So we're gonna have to take this. We gotta get the belt off. Gotta figure out how to get the belt off there. It's got a spring-loaded tensioner and power steering pump back there, and all these AC hoses in the road. Yep. So I got 2 bolts, 14, and looks like a 12 millimeter. 14 millimeters is the one that's way farthest down here. Yep. It's the one underneath the alternator. And the one above it is a 12 millimeter. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Well, there's a ton of stuff in the road. Wow. That guy is tight. Holy. Wow. Oh, you heard it. She moving. She moving. Hopefully it's not too long that once I get it out, once I get it loose, I can get it out. Better yet, if I can get it out once I get the bolt loose. If I can get my hand down there. You hearing it? Coming out hard. All right. Oh, got her. Got her. Pretty long one. Pretty long. Let's see the other end. It'd be nice if the other nut came off the other end of this alternator. Then it'd be a piece of cake. But I don't think so. Let's see. CC. All right, let me see if I can get you guys the view of what I'm seeing right now. All right, can you see what? Can you see in there? So that bolt's right there. The nut is right there that I got to remove, like straight in from my finger. That's where it's at. Yeah. And I don't think that I can get, I don't think that helped at all. I mean, it helped. If I can tilt that alternator out a little bit, because there's some play in that belt. If I can bring that alternator out a little bit, then I can get to that bolt. Because the edge of the alternator has a nut on the back side of it that's part of the alternator, and it's right just causing it not to get. Is that a word? To get. Hang on, let's see. Now I need to find a prying tool to see if I can swing that bottom of that alternator out. Now you gotta remember, you can't pry on this stuff. That's plastic. If you pry on that, that'll be no good. Because if you break that, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Huh. Let me see if I can find a prying bar that can stick between the alternator and the housing without breaking something else. You don't want to break some more things, cause yourself more griefs. More griefs. Let's see. Let me check in this toolbox over here and see if I can find it. It may be a minute. It may be a couple minutes for me to come back, so I'm not abandoning you guys. So just so you know. All right. We got this stuff. Got a wrench and a pry bar. I don't think it's big enough though. It's close here. I don't have to run too far. Let's see. All right. I got that loose. You guys are swinging. You guys are swinging again. Let's see if I can move this alternator enough. I don't see any. I don't see any other. See any other bolts? Any more bolts in the road? You guys still swinging? Let's see. Huh. Let's try a little bit of this here. Without causing too much problems. That moves a little bit. I don't know if that's enough. It may not be enough. You guys are really swinging now. Huh. Yeah, guys. I don't think that's enough. No, see, it just teeters on the top. Not teetering on the bottom where I want it to. I know if I take that. All right. We got to make a little farther run than I wanted to. I got to run down to my garage down the back and get a bigger one. It's got to be longer than this. This is too short. Hope you're still there when I come back. It'll like be like 3 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Got 2-bar. And then I got this one. And then there was a bigger one than that. One of these is going to have to help me out, right? Alright, so let's see where I can tilt it without causing more other problems. No. You need to bring the bottom out. What's really happening is the top's moving. The top's moving. This guy's actually too long now. Let's see if this one I can get this one work. I can't pry off the. Can't pry off the. How can I get? See, that's what you're perfect. What's that? The pry is right where you don't want to pry it, though. There's different tools you can get that will swing things around for you, but I don't have any of them anymore. I don't know. I guess we're just going to take that top bolt loose. What happens if I take the top bolt loose? Then I probably end up having to put that belt on. That's what I'm trying to save, is re-putting the belt on. Because it might twist on me sideways, and then but if I have to, I got to get the thermostat in. So just trying to show a different way of putting the thermostat in without removing the alternator. But sometimes it just seems like I keep going, and you guys are swinging again. You guys are swinging like that already. I'm not even buying you guys. Can't you just still? Said I'm just using everyday tools that everybody would use to do a job. People watch YouTube because they don't have a whole lot of money and they don't have fancy tools. All right, getting closer. Removing this top bolt, and then that thing will move wherever I want it to, but hopefully in the right way. I don't know why it's got to be so long, but obviously it has to be. I guess I didn't tell you the top bolt's 12 and the bottom is a 14, and it seems like it's 3 inches long. Okay, there we go. That's how long it is, if you're still watching. All right, now let's see if we can rotate. Now let's see if we can rotate that alternator enough to get it. No, it just pivots on the same pivot point. Same pivot point. I can't get it to move any more than like that. So the other option is just to pop it out. Pop it up and have to worry about putting the belt back on, right? I don't see any other way of pushing it out to get to that bolt. I don't see anything else. No other direction without causing more problem than I need. Because right now it's pivoting off the center point, bottom point, and I was hoping I could take and leave the alternator in the same place with the belt on. But now I got to try to figure out how to get the belt off without. Huh. Sorry about the. I can't move it because it's jammed, like majorly jammed underneath the bottom on the point. Shoot. This is supposed to be easy. What am I doing right now? Trying to see what's where the spring loaded tensioner is for the belt. Because I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Something's moving. Something's clicking like it's moving. I don't know if that's enough room or not. That's a lot of room there. I just moved it out. But I don't think it's enough to move it, to get behind it. Let's see. All right, after all this nonsense, I guess I'm just going to unplug all the wires to the alternator. And I have to disconnect the battery. And there's got to be some sort of spring tensioner down there. I might have to pick the vehicle up in the air and take the cover off underneath there, over there, and that side, and to get to the alternator. I just don't, I can't see where the spring tensioner is. That's what I'm dealing with. It has to be over there on that side. The other option is you can jack up the engine and get to it easier probably too, but all I wanted to do is move this alternator out of the way. And she doesn't want to participate. It's moving, but because there's a bigger gap over here on this side. Nope. Almost. Let's see. See if that's enough room to get to it. There we go. We got around the corner now. I think I gave myself. Yep. Can you see that? Let me bring it down in there. By moving that pivot in that alternator, and I still have it on pivot point on the bottom, right down here. That I give myself room to get to that. Oh, jeez. To get to that bolt. Just trying to show you. Right back in here. Plastic housing, one bolt there at the end of my finger. So I give myself enough room with all the complaining and everything to get to it. All right, now I just got to figure out how to get my tool around there straight on it, because this AC line is kind of right in the pivot point of it. And let's see if I'm on it now. I'm kind of on it, but I'm not fully on it. It's just kind of got it broke it loose or not. I think I did though. Maybe not. See, it's like right. No, I got to get a little wobbler to this because I can't get right on it. See, this side I'm on that side of the other side of it. I don't know where my wobbler is though. All right, so I got this thing. I've never used it. It's a 3/8 drive wobbler, and I don't know if it's long, if it's got a big enough. Well, it's not. It's not a 12. It's not a 12. That's what I thought it was. It's a 10 millimeter. So I'm going to try to use this wobbling thing if I can get the right socket for it, because that'll let me get in beyond, around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Around the corner. But now I got to try to find a 10 millimeter in this size. I think I got it though. I don't think it's up at the house here though. All right, back to first thing. Found a wobbler, pretty rusty, and I don't know if she's going to participate with me or not. Okay. All right, let's try this. And it shouldn't be too long. Shouldn't be too long. Right. Come on. Now the ratchet's messing up. It's slipping. Goodness gracious, guys. It's like I wasn't supposed to do this today. See, this thing is not participating. I wonder why I'm having a hard time with the tool. This tool went through a house fire, and so I got some of it fixed, but most of it's not been fixed. So when they sit for a while, not being used, these little things bind right up. And if you need a 15-degree angle, well, the tool, it keeps binding on you. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. Oh my goodness. Oh. And it may be more than 50, and it may be more than that. But I, jeez, oh Pete's, guys. It's just on a weird angle, and so I'm fighting with it, just fighting with it. I think once I bust the nut loose, then I'll be okay. There, I might have just finally got it. In case you didn't know, I got a camera on my road, and all right, finally got a thing. I finally got on straight on, so I could get it broken loose. It's just a little tiny screw, though. It's just a little tiny thing, but if you don't get straight on them, I think it looks like to me it's some rust on the end of it too. Oh, now I'm not. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back in there though. Huh? I got it out. See, it works good over on that side, but that little extension keeps binding, then it throws it off to this side. All right, we're getting it out. I know you can't see it, but you have to believe me, because. All right. The challenge is going to be now, I think, probably, is trying to figure out how I'm going to get back down in there and get that nut started again. I'm at the very end of it, the thread. And, yeah, it's finger tight now. Yeah, finger tight. And it's a very weird place for it. I think they forgot. Did they forget to put a thermostat in here? Huh? Let's see. Right, so, whoa, just dropped her. But I got the thermostat housing out, right? There's your thermostat housing. You've been wanting me to get out. Yep. And thermostat's right in there. I want you to see that. But I don't know, might not be able to see it. All right. There she is. And you just, when you do that, you don't have the thing underneath that. There you go. Here's your thermostat. And it comes with a little O-ring, and you can see how it's no good. Coming apart. See that? See how it's just coming apart right there? Yep. All right. So I gotta try to figure out where I'm gonna find a nut for that if I can't find that nut back down behind there. Yep. Like I said, she's laying back down in here. Down in there somewhere. behind this alternator, behind this AC unit. They're driving me cuckoo. I got magnets, but oh, there it is. I found it. Laying right over here against the oil dipstick tube. Right down there by the oil dipstick tube. See it right there? Right back in there. All right, so there's the housing back in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's at the dip back in there. That's the hole where I took the thermostat out. So gotta get that. Get the new one in there. There's no gas, there's no sealer or nothing you put on it. There's the one I opted to buy because that was the only one available. Premium quality. There's the part number in case you happen to be dealing with this type of engine today. That's what she looks like. This comes separately. This O-ring comes separately. So, yeah. And there's a little, I don't know if you know this or not, there's a little brass thing here. See that little brass device? That's like an air bleed valve. I didn't recommend you put that towards the top, wherever you're doing it at. So I got to put this back in here at the top. At the top. Don't forget the top. All right. She's in the top. She slid in there. All right. Let me bring you off the tripod and show you what I'm talking about, because you can't see nothing from right there. But if I bring you off the tripod and bring you in there, at least you'll have a better look at it. See what I'm talking about? See the little brass thing? See the brass thing on top? That's at the pointed towards the top. It helps to get the air, let the air out of it, bleed the air. I mean, I don't know why it would be so much important down here and underneath the intake behind the alternator out above the AC, but they say that needs to be at the top. Okay. All right. Now I can just switch this back around and put this back in. I can use the top screw, nut screw, to hold it on there while I put the bottom one in. And yeah. All right, so it's back in there. I can start my top nut so it doesn't fall off, or I try to get the bottom one back in. You can commence on praying right now if you like, because I assume how hard that bottom one came. That bottom one came off. That top one, that bottom one's probably going to go back on. This is hard, especially if I can't start it. All right, so now I got to try to figure out how to get that little nut out of there with a magnet. All right, a magnet on a stick. Probably gonna have to try to figure out how to get it up out of there. So, all right. So I pushed it up around, grabbed it with the magnet, and got it. All right, so now we got to try to put it back in there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, I'm on it. I'm on it. It's starting a little bit. Finger. You gotta remember, I'm not left-handed, so if you're left-handed, you're lucky. You are a lucky person, because I am not. All right, so we got it just on there a little bit. I want to do a couple turns on it first with my fingers, but they. All right, let's see. All right. Oh, congratulations! You are still sticking around here to see the pull this thermostat out forever. Congratulations, because it's some things just take some time. Not all things, but enough things. Right. So you turn a few turns. The other thing you can do is go up to the top one and put that a few turns in too, if you like. Still fighting with this wobbler. I have a nicer one too, but I don't know where that's at. It'll probably take me longer to find the wobbler that's nicer than just to deal with the one that's not that nice. Right. The bottom one's snug. And now I'm gonna do is snug up the top one. All right. Okay. One more time in the bottom one, just in case. All right, we're in, and she's tight. All right, now I gotta try to get this alternator around and put the bolt in. That also may be a challenge, but let's get this pry bar out of here. See if we can sneak this back around. All right. Well, that ain't going so far so bad. All I gotta do is now bring it forward so I can put the bolt in. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's out too far now and I gotta turn around and try to figure out how to get it back in now. Cause she ain't close. Yeah, she moved right off the access point where I wanted to get it back on. All right, I gotta move you guys out of the road. I got your thermostat in. Now I just gotta get the hose back on, and you guys are on the road. So sorry, I'm gonna turn you off.